"Well," he said, turning towards his wondering son, when this disguise was completed. "Well, do you think your police will recognize me now?" "No, father," stammered Villefort. "At least, I hope not." "And now, my dear boy," continued Noirtier, "I rely on your prudence to remove all the things which I leave in your care." "Oh, rely on me," said Villefort. "Yes, yes, and now I believe you are right, that you really have saved my life, and be assured I will return the favor hereafter." Villefort shook his head. "Are you not convinced yet? I hope, at least, that you are mistaken. Shall you see the king again? Perhaps. Would you like to pass in his eyes for a prophet? Prophets of evil are not in favor at the court, father. True, but some day they do them justice, and supposing a second restoration, you would then pass for a great man." "Well, what should I say to the king?" "Say this to him: Sire, you are deceived as to the feeling in France, as to the opinions of the towns, and the prejudices of the army. He whom in Paris you call the Corsican ogre, who at Nevers is styled the usurper, and is already saluted as Bonaparte at Lyons, and Emperor at Grenoble. You think he is tracked, pursued, and captured. He is thus advancing as rapidly as his own eagles. The soldiers you believe to be dying with hunger, worn out with fatigue, ready to desert, gather like atoms of snow about the rolling ball as it hastens onward. Sire, go, and leave France to its real master, to him who acquired it, not by purchase but by right of conquest. Go, sire, not that you incur any risk, for your adversary is powerful enough to show you mercy, but because it would be humiliating for a son of Saint Louis to owe his life to the man of Arcola, Marengo, and Austerlitz. Tell him this, Gerard, or rather, tell him nothing. Keep your journey a secret. Do not boast of what you have come to Paris to do or have done. Return with all speed. Enter Marseille at night in your house by the back door, and there remain, quiet, submissive, secret, and, above all, inoffensive. For this time, I swear to you, we shall act like powerful men who know their enemies. Go, my dear Gerard, and by your obedience to my paternal orders, or, if you prefer it, friendly counsels, we will keep you in your place. This will be," added Noirtier with a smile, "one means by which you may a second time save me, if the political balance should some day take another turn and cast you aloft while hurling me down. Adieu, my dear Gerard, and at your next journey alight at my door." Okay, what do we think of Noirtier's little monologue here? Going and telling Villefort to go tell the king that basically, hey, you know what? Napoleon is actually on his way, and if you were smart, you would get the H out of here. Because what you think is your defenses, your armies, your allies, etc., they are all going to embrace Napoleon's return as the true emperor because he stands as someone who conquered, not as someone who purchased. That's pretty damning. I feel like if there were anyone else around, Villefort would have to act against his father here, but instead Villefort just listens to him. Interesting, though, too, that Noirtier is basically saying here, when things take a turn, and again, historically, we know they will, that he's going to retain Villefort's position in the Napoleonic side of things. So he kind of has an ally in his father to a degree. Is it transactional, just transactional for saving his life? And putting trust in his son. I mean, is this another act of hubris, just assuming his son is going to discard all of his father's belongings that are incriminating him to the description that the police have of the man who killed General Quesnel? Or is Noirtier kind of showing the same level of manipulation and game playing that Villefort has shown, because he knows that Villefort must get rid of these things, his frock coat, the Legion of Honor, all of that, his cane in the corner. He has to get rid of all those things because they are incriminating. And if someone were to find them in Villefort's place, he would have to answer a lot of questions and not have satisfactory answers. He would probably end up in a dungeon like Dante. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe he gets thrown, well, I mean, I guess he's in Paris, not down in Marseille where the Chateau d'If is, so he's not going to end up in the same prison as Dante. But that would be an interesting way to take this story. if it was the Counts of Monte Cristo, where Villefort and Dante suddenly have to work together to escape the dungeons of the Chateau d'If. Well, that's a way the story could go. I don't know. I haven't read it before. But let's finish out this chapter tomorrow. As you know, in the penultimate episodes of each chapter, I just want to remind you all that tomorrow, the story-only audio of chapter 12 will be available over at patreon.com/gruntworkpod, which is the Patreon for our Gruntwork Podcast Network. Your contributions there go to keep this show on the air for 4 years, alive and well and ad-free. If you can contribute, that's awesome. Really, really appreciate it. If you can't, I totally understand. There are other ways you can support us by telling somebody about the show, sending an episode to someone, or rating or reviewing us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. Those go a long, long way to helping new people find the show. And if you haven't already, subscribe on YouTube or on one of the podcatchers, depending on where you're listening. Because the more subscribers we have, the more value the show has to being in the algorithm for other people to find it. So really, really appreciate that. Again, that's patreon.com/gruntworkpod. All right, I guess tomorrow we will close out chapter 12. I will see you here then. Okay, goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.